Alright, everything's ready to go. Welcome back, chat, to another Waterdeep Dragon Heist D&D Monday. We have our intrepid adventurers at it again. Just last week, we finished their final, I guess, honestly, we actually finished the first chapter, technically, because their mission was a success. Floon has been found alive, despite literally their own fears and declarations. He was not dead. They did not have to just grab a finger and bring it back as proof. They brought the whole dang man back.
We did it! We got the whole dang man!
Which was surprising. If we found his corpse, we could have just brought the whole dang man.
Yeah, you could have just brought the whole dang man, but you did successfully figure out that he had been captured and swapped hands like twice. But you successfully delved your first pseudo dungeon. Now, we just kind of like fast forward because we kind of just ended with you guys in the sewer. We're just gonna assume you kind of wanted to go back to the yawning portal after that one hard-fought battle to kind of relax once again, but more importantly, get your payment back. So, going back to the yawning portal specifically, there's a couple more patrons just kind of spittered about. It's about midday right now, so it's closer to like 11 a.m. or the equivalent of 11 a.m. Durnan is here, naturally kind of serving individuals. Reeve and Floon. Hey, let me see if I can grab Floon's icon. I kind of forgot to grab that. But Reeve and Floon are both here.
Dead.
Who's that Pokemon?
He's just dead upon getting to the tavern.
It's Floon!
Now, damn, what I buried. What is,
We buried Floon. Between games.
No, we don't want to bury Floon, we want to bury Volo.
I thought we wanted to throw Volo into the pit.
Well,
That's
kind of
basically
what
burying him.
Same thing.
That's
It's
basically
kind of like
burying him.
an advanced grave. A really big grave, right?
Mass grave, like the plague.
Like, does he have the plague? If he says yes, we're legally
Probably.
allowed to
He
throw him in the
probably
pit.
does.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't grab. We're just gonna use this as a token for him for now. I'll probably have it again. Yes, look. Don't. You're gonna. There might be a voice later on that I have constantly been called or told that I'm very good at. So that's something that might become relevant later. But regardless, for now, that's Floon. He's slightly bandaged up, and he's sitting nearby with Reeve at a table. Volo is sitting with them, looking very, very concerned for Floon's sake, as you all enter back in and make your presences known.
Can anyone make a platypus noise?
Okay, fine. Since I know everyone's gonna be platypus, what an unexpected surprise! There, that's the.
Yes.
Everyone loves when I break that out. So.
I love it!
Yes.
It was!
It's perfect.
Very good, very good.
Continue doing voices for our pleasure.
Yes, that's the job of the DM to just break out more and more voices.
I wish
Now-
I could
now
do
you
that
guys-
little sound.
Now you guys are just gonna be keeping an eye out for when the character pops up that has that voice.
I will be so excited.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But Volo and Floon are together?
Volo, Floon, and Reeve are all sitting
And
together.
Reeve, that's who else. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess head up towards that table. Check and see how he's doing, how they're holding up.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Wave at Durin as we walk past.
Yeah. You approach Volo immediately just goes, "Oh, thank goodness, you've all made it back just fine, and I see. Whew, you did a phenomenal job getting my good friend Floon back."
Surprisingly.
Yay.
It was touch and go for a while there, definitely.
Especially the mind flare.
Is Ina still passed out? Because she passed at the end of the last session. She out still.
that's right.
Yeah, you could
Yeah,
be
'cause
you
you're
could be just
fainting.
tied. No, you're slumped over here on the bar. They kind of your team kind of slinks you over on the bar.
Potatoes? Like just a sack of potatoes over the counter?
Yeah, basically. I mean, unless someone wants to wake her up, slap her, throw
No,
some
it's
warm
fine.
cold
She's
water.
fine. She'll be fine.
Well,
She'll be fine, trademark.
No, that would be too cruel.
She'll be fine, trademark.
can I just look at the barkeep and be like, can we just get a room for her to rest in?
Durnan gives you like a thumbs up and goes sets up the same room actually, Ina, that you slept in last night.
Yay.
I guess I'll have to carry her upstairs real quick. Don't mind me.
She's taken to a place she can rest for now. Yay! And so now you all may continue with Volo's concern.
So,
But
were you aware of what would be down there before you sent us down there?
Well, to be completely honest, I didn't know where Floon was at all, so I couldn't have known a single thing about where he might have been or what might have had him. But you have my greatest sympathies. I do know that the Zents and Xanathar are both independently horrid things. The fact that you face both at once is truly a sign of your mettle. You are the exact kind of purple, and I definitely feel confident in having you be the ones I signed for the job.
Right, question to the group. Do we want to bring up the Mind Flayer, or do we want to keep that to ourselves?
Well, we might want to ask, I'm trying to remember who the blue
Reyna.
orange-haired guy is, Raynar, about that, because they were technically after him.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that with Volo in the room, though.
probably not. I
Fair.
think it's best not to.
Just because he seems like the kind of person that would spread that, like, to everyone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the less that people know about that, the better, because we don't need anybody going after it, trying to seek glory for a mind flayer.
And then getting mind controlled and becoming a problem later.
Exactly, so.
Yeah.
We can probably talk to Raynar about it on his own.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I just wanted to get where people thought we should do for that.
Okay.
Floon, as after like you guys kind of had your back and forth with Volo there, Floon through his bandages is gonna like turn over to Volo and just be like, "I certainly hope you didn't just give them sweet words as payment, correct?" And Volo just kind of like gasps and goes, "Of course not. I wouldn't dream of sending people to do such a horrid thing without the idea of payment. What do you take me for, Floon? It's as if you don't even know me."
Huh.
I look at him, I look at Reyna, I look at him, I look at Reyna.
Yeah, they look back at you, kind of just like a little bit of a cocked
like a-
eyebrow. Yeah, cocked eyebrow, a little bit of confusion. Volo is kind of like rummaging through a satchel he has in front and goes, "May I now present to you?" He takes out a piece of paper and hands it, puts it on the table and pushes it towards you guys. "Your payment for a job exceptionally well done."
A check?
Where do
What's
we
on the
deposit?
piece of paper?
You take the piece of paper and you unfurl it, and it says it is the deed to the public house and inn at an address in an area called Troll Skull Alley. It currently says the owner of this piece of paper, then specifies Volathamp Van Garp, but he's saying, "I am more than happy to hand this over to all of you."
Building?
Yes,
It's free property.
a most historic property off in Troll Skull Alley.
Where is that?
I do believe it is down in the southern wards.
Raynar, is he pulling some bullshit here? Because this feels like some bullshit.
Raynar immediately kind of just goes, Volothamp, quick question. You don't live in the southern wards, and you aren't really the type of person to have the metal to run a public house. Or am I wrong, Durnan? Durnan just kind of gives like a and then Raynar immediately goes back. So, how exactly did you have this deed? And how exactly is this the first time I'm hearing about it? Oh, well, my good friend Reeve, you recall that down payment I had requested of you, correct? The one I was coming to looking for? Yes, that one exactly. I used it to bid at the auction house for this here deed. For you see, the Troll Skull Alley public house is not just any pub. It's also well known to be haunted. So of course I wanted to add it to my book, in which I am highlighting the haunted and spiritual areas of Waterdeep. I felt it would be very interesting. Unfortunately, there's a very good possibility that someone over in one of the temples got to the public house before I could, and then out of some sense of civic duty, excised the building. For I could not find nary a whisper of a ghost or specter or poltergeist or anything of that matter. So unfortunately, the hall has been going a little bit unused by me since I first got it a few weeks back. But it's still a perfectly registered piece of Water Devian land, and we have 3 individuals who don't live here. They aren't citizens, so having a bit of property, in 3 days' time, the place having a residency will have paid for itself. No more needing to pay for inn-houses. Not to say there's anything wrong with your inn-homes there, Durnan. Durnan just kind of like shakes his head.
Oh, it's not haunted.
No, it is.
Could not find. Well, you can say it's haunted, but I couldn't find a single ghost. I spent near 4 days inside of that building and couldn't find a single whiff.
So,
Truthfully, they're probably just afraid of you.
so it's not haunted. But what did you say the street was called again?
Troll Skull Alley?
And why is it called Troll Skull Alley?
Well, I do believe, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Durnan, I do believe that it was at one point of time before Waterdeep was formally declared. It had once been infested with trolls, but it was referred to... hang on one second.
Rhea is not trusting this at all. She's like, there's a fucking troll in there.
Right?
It used to be a greeting nest for trolls, but thankfully one of the older families, the noble family's ancestors, made a point of killing them all.
Did you say greeting or breeding?
It's a trolling nest, so they of course were breeding there, but not
I was just
anymore.
making sure
The
I
trolls are gone.
heard you right.
No, not to worry, not to worry.
But if there aren't supposed to be any trolls, then what did we fight on the first day?
To be fair, this is Durnan talking. That was a troll from down there. So, a lot of things down in the yawning portal. A lot of weird things. They're not usually coming up this way. That was an unfortunate circumstance of people throwing things in the hole that they shouldn't.
I asked and I was told and I didn't know.
I mostly just exploded it back into the hole.
I'm not judging. I'm just making it clear. If the City Watch would be up in arms if there were any actual trolls over in Troll Skull Alley, but you have my guarantee, even if you don't trust Volo. There's no trolls wandering about down there. It's just something...
Okay, I trust Durin more.
It's just supposed to be, you know, something interesting to call the street. Make it seem a bit more rough and tumble. But trust me, behind the gates, behind the walls, everything's perfectly safe.
Okay. trust his word more.
Yeah, I trust Durian more, way more than I trust Volo. I think I trust the tabaxi from last session more than I trust Volo.
Do you think that the new inn has a pit that we can throw Bolo into? How do you make these pits?
This is Ina's goal is going to be she's going to dig a pit with her bare hands.
She's gonna dig a pit. She's passed out right now, but she's gonna dig a pit with her bare hands.
I'm entirely sure that fucking Durian's going to have to sue her for copyright.
Come over to our inn. We have something called the Awakening Portal. Definitely different from the Yawning Portal.
It is the I am very awake portal.
Yeah. You're allowed to throw whatever you want inside of it.
Yeah, exactly. We can do whatever we want in our pit.
We can throw the troll back in it.
Yeah, we can kidnap this troll and put it in our pit, and then we can make it like an attraction. Like, come pay to see the troll pit.
Honestly, I think that would probably work.
It would definitely
Yeah.
It probably would.
People would pay to see a troll pit.
It's true, they would.
Floon is gonna pipe up as he's listening to Volo kind of like give you guys a little idea. So Volo, not to be a negative Nathan, but if you owned a pub and you were currently working on a what you called commissioned tour of all the pubs and taverns in Waterdeep, why weren't you, highlighting your own pub? Oh, well, as I said, I bought it more for the attraction of the ghosts, the spirits, not the drinking kind of spirits, so it might be a little bit unused in this day and age, but, perfectly good. Just, I didn't have the ability to run it as its function as a tavern or public house.
It's a bit run down.
Ree doesn't necessarily mind that.
How run down are we talking here exactly? Rainier's just gonna plop his hands on the table and stand up. It's like, who wants to go and take a look and make sure Volo comes with us?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. That way, if all else goes wrong, we throw him in the pit. I am joking, I will not actually throw him in the pit.
To the pit.
Well, first, let's have the pit made, then throw him in our pit.
Our legally distinct pit.
Legally
Yeah.
distinct, I am opening my mouth and making a sound that it implies that I am tired pit.
It's like the yawning portal, but it's not.
It's legally distinct Yawning Portal.
Legally distinct yawning portal.
Legally
Amazing.
distinct Yawning Portal.
Reef says he's gonna go wake Ina up so she can at least come with us and take a look-see at everything.
It's like the yawning portal, but due to international copyright laws, it's not.
It's not. Still, you should come in as if it were the yawning portal. Okay, Ina, you're awake and you're up to speed that you're gonna go take a look-see at your prize.
Okay. Can I note that Ina looks like she's had the worst sleep of her life? She's not doing well.
Ooh,
She's not doing
Yes,
good
I'm
right
tagged.
now.
bedhead.
Does Ina even currently know that the Mind Flayer is not Mind Flayer? My Intellect Devourer is actually dead.
I assume that she does. She's just like bags under her eyes, slouching, really not having a good time right now. She's
Oh,
not doing great.
don't make Ina upset, basically.
She's kind of off to the side, guys, just, okay, where are we going? Just don't come near me for a bit, it's fine.
She hasn't
Everything's
had her
fine.
coffee yet. She hasn't had her coffee yet.
Yeah, she hasn't had her coffee, so she, she's out of shape. She needs something.
Here, let me give you some guidance. That might help.
She's just it's fine, everything's fine, I'm fine. look, Ree killed her pet. It's having a really tough time on her right now.
Oh, did we do a rest at all?
Not yet. You guys haven't technically, but I mean, you also leveled up after the last encounter. So, I'll say yeah. You can functionally have a rest, especially because you're not really gonna be, hopefully at least, you're not gonna have any combat to worry about this session.
Nice.
Okay. I can hear someone speaking. Is someone else watching? Oh, sorry. Well, that's all good. All right. So, do you guys wish to go off to the new Troll Skull Manor?
Yeah, I feel like we should have a look at what he has gotten us into now.
Okay. You all have a jaunty stroll through various areas in Waterdeep. Eventually come yourselves to Troll Skull Alley. It's a fairly nice looking... Wait, hang on. Wrong map. It's fairly nice looking, but not like bougie area in town. You come in through the Serdun Street over here, so right on this side. Walking through, eventually hitting yourselves at the Troll Skull Manor. It's this one very three-decker building with its own little corner. Immediately upon stopping right in front of it, the first thing you notice about it is a real piece of shit. We're talking just boarded up windows, like animals are clearly like eating inside the balconies. Immediately walking up to it, some of the ceiling shingles just fall and kind of like knocked right in front of you guys. The place is borderline not even standing up.
I've seen worse.
Yes, you
I'm not
understand.
sure I have.
You understand, it's pretty simple. People probably just heard all of the banging of the loose springs and wood bits and thought that was a ghost. So
are you gonna give us money to fix it up too?
No, he's not.
Ivolo's kind of like stepping away from the group. Reeve and Floon literally grab him by the arm and just goes, "I'm a bit short is all at this current moment in time. You understand I have other debts I need to repay, but I can assure you the general cost of this building, when you take into account all the various bits and baubles, does match what I said I would give you each, which was 10 times that original investment I handed you each, the stack of coins, recall?"
Well, -1. You forget.
Okay, so I think immediately Rhea is gonna wanna cast Eldritch Sight on this building,
Okay.
which is just detect magic, good or evil.
Let me double check real quick what the exact wording on that thing is. You can detect magic at will. Yeah, no, you actually can detect there is, in fact, something inside of the manor, of a spiritual, not celestial, not fiendish, but you can feel, I guess it would technically fall under necromantic. There's necromantic magic somewhere inside of this manor.
So, I gather the smaller group. So, there is 100% something in there of necromantic origin. I'm not sure what, but I would assume there is actually a ghost. My archaeologist eyes have learned to look for these sorts of things. And there is 100% something in there.
I would like to cast Divine Sense.
Okay, Divine Sense. Let me just check that one.
Well, it's only within 60 feet, but still.
Yeah, no, I mean, you'd be close enough. Okay, you can sense You hear heavenly music ringing in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
It is undead.
Okay. Then I'm gonna look at them and after doing that and say it's definitely an undead of some sort.
Interesting.
So-
Can I use her danger sense to see if it's dangerous?
Yes,
We're
you
all
can.
sensing this place.
Yes, you can. No, it is not actively dangerous.
Okay, cool. Guys, I think that we should just go in. I mean, I don't think that there's anything too bad in there. Or too dangerous, I should say.
Alright.
Worst comes to worst, exorcism.
Yeah.
Coming inside, you enter into what would be the tap room over here on the first floor. It's fairly spacious, but yeah, on the inside, there are some chairs that are just completely falling apart. The kegs have long since emptied or spoiled completely. There's a very musky scent because you notice that some of the floors and ceilings have caved in, so water from rain is getting inside of the place. There's a very mildewy kind of scent coming from the tapestries that used to show, the symbols of Waterdeep against the wall. It's more than a fixer-upper. Like, Reeve kind of looks about the place and he just kind of goes, yeah, I've got a bad feeling that this is going to cost little more than even what he would have paid you for getting Floon back.
Yeah, I think.
This is ridiculous. What do we even do with this?
I've got some ideas, but for right now, there's something else we need to take care of.
First, plan. First, we do it up. Second, we become a micro pub. We sell craft beer only. Third, we take over the entirety of Waterdeep through craft beer alone.
Wouldn't that just be us becoming another gang? We would be no better than the other gangs.
But we're not doing violence, we're just doing craft beer.
Well, maybe you're not doing violence.
Pigeon, I need you to understand that sounds like a video that the Spiffing Boy would come up with.
It's in my genetics.
Waterdeep is a perfectly balanced city that I am about to own through the power of craft beer.
It's like the Red Dead Redemption fucking playthroughs
Yeah.
people do where they're like, Arthur, but he's not allowed to leave this one town.
Oh my god.
Arthur, but he immediately finds all of the buried treasure and never has to worry about money again.
Skyrim, but you can't use weapons. You can only use your hands.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that that's an actual thing in Skyrim that you can do.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's great.
You can run a pub in Skyrim, Judy. That would just be a Skyrim video. Yeah.
Yeah, they have they
Yeah.
have DLCs and mods that allow you to literally just be a business owner.
Oh, that's
Played
kind
it
of cool.
since it came out, if I'm being honest.
No, I haven't
That's
either. I didn't know that.
It's a good game. It's a lot of people work into it.
D&D, but we become profitable business entrepreneurs.
D&D, but you forget about the actual plot and just decide to do a bartending sim.
D&D, where the points don't matter and the beer is made up.
Drinks
Yeah,
and drafts.
Where you decide to, instead of kill all the dragons, you decide to woo the Argonian maid.
Oh no, not Argonians don't exist in here. You can't do that. It's a lizard folk. Anyways, as you're all kind of taking stock, Floon is kind of holding his. He's looking downcast and goes, "Can't help but feel that a lot of this is my unfortunate faults. If I hadn't been so reckless, if I hadn't gotten so drunk around Volo, maybe things wouldn't be around here.
Why are you?
I want to make it up to you guys. I'm gonna go around the city. A well-connected individual. I'm gonna see if I can't get you some help. Maybe some friends in high places that could, I don't know, maybe strong-arm some of the guild members. Maybe see if we can't get you in, and maybe even get you a bit of coin on the way.
You're too
That
kind.
would be highly appreciated.
Oh, you're a sweetheart.
I assure you, sir, it's not too kind. I understand that I owe you all my life, so making sure that you're well taken care of for is You know what? Everyone, friends of Floon, he takes care of them. I'm very sorry. My head hurts a lot, and these bandages aren't really helping.
No worries.
Oh, the poor dear.
Poor Floon.
You really should get some rest.
If you need some healing, let me know.
I appreciate that, but we stopped by a cleric before heading back to the yachting portal. That's where these bandages came from. They assured me that I'm no danger of dying, but unfortunately, that half-orcs' magical attacks, they're gonna leave some permanent scarring. Not really looking forward to taking off these bandages, but 'tis better than being dead. Can't deny that. I will agree, though. I should probably go get some rest, but once I've woken, I will find every avenue I can to getting you all set up as pretty as possible. Don't you worry.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah, Floon's just gonna kind of stumble out after that, leaving you guys alone with Rainier. He's gonna like kind of look around like, shit! Fellow ran off.
Honestly, not surprised.
We'll find him again eventually.
He's a rat bastard. I'm not surprised at all.
I've got to ask, how do you know him?
Well, unfortunately, basically every noble has to know Volo. He is a well-known bard and public speaker around Waterdeep, perhaps the most famous. He found just enough friends in high places between here, up and down the Sword Coast. Seems to know near on someone of importance in every town from Baldur's Gate to Neverwinter. Even some places off in, I hear, the Elf City. Here, again, he's got friends. He owes about half of them money, me included, and if I'm being completely objective, I feel you all have just joined that queue.
I would agree.
But he's also, as you can probably see, uncommonly good at squeaking away when he sees the opportunity, so...
I feel like we all knew that we weren't going to get our money's worth.
Yeah.
Very sorry. I'm very sorry, but I can, if Floon's avenues don't work, I do know one or two ways that you could probably make a lot of money very quickly, depending on what you're most interested in.
Not quite that far yet. Not myself,
Yeah.
anyway.
I'll tell you what, you've all done a lot these past few days, so I think I'll do the legwork and get the guild masters down here to get stock of the place, work through some of the paperwork, and then in a couple days, I'll find you and we can go over just how much it's gonna cost to fix this old bitch up.
Alright.
Alright.
that
Sounds like a
good.
plan.
In the meantime, we should probably talk about what we even want to do with this place.
Yeah, and what our
And
next moves are.
all of us
Like,
wanting- are all of us wanting to stay here? Like, what the plan is.
As long as there's a bed, I'm good with staying here.
we should probably have a look around the whole building first to see, like, what we're actually dealing with in each room and decide where we're actually going to set up if we are going to set up, you know, how feasible that actually is.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Also, what the fuck ever that ghost is. I feel like that's an important thing to figure out.
Didn't he say that it might not be haunted? Didn't he imply that it might not actually be haunted?
But two of us have seen that there is a ghost.
There's definitely something here, yes.
You know what, that's fair, but I have a feeling that there's not really anything here.
She grabs,
Maybe nothing.
re-grabs Ina by the shoulders and says, I have magic goat ties.
She's just like, okay.
There's a ghost.
You know that face when you like kind of like scrunch up your head against your neck? She's just looking down at Rye like, okay, whatever you say.
Yeah.
Trust my magic goat eyes.
Okay.
Her goat eyes and her sense
see more than the regular colors of those?
No, I actually see less. I'm slightly colorblind.
Oh,
Like a normal goat.
normal goat rat. That would make sense.
Well, do we want to split up and look around, or do we want to stick together, just in case?
Well, it said it wasn't malicious, so if we want to split up, I think we should all be fine.
Okay.
That we can cover more.
This is just DM note real quick. Reeve is going to leave. Didn't you guys say you wanted to ask him why two powerful groups were trying to kidnap him?
Yes.
Just before you guys get too lost in your investigations.
Yeah, we
Did
should.
talk about that.
Yeah, so Reeve is he's let you know that he's gonna go look for ways to help you guys get money and do the guild work, and is about to just walk out the door again.
Before you go, hun, because we're getting dragged into all of this, it'd be a good idea for us to know why we have a mind flayer looking for you specifically. Because we have made an enemy of it now.
He just kind of stops and goes, I believe I told you back in the warehouse, it was over a silly thing, truly. I wouldn't worry yourselves too much with a mind flayer. If he walked off, he probably has no genuine interest, so...
We still need to know more than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be having nightmares about that thing for a real long time. It would be great if you could actually tell us what happened.
I suppose you have a little bit of it. I suppose you have earned an explanation, even if I think it's ridiculous. Well, alright. If you all recall, when we first introduced each other, I mentioned my father, Daynalt, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, a few years back, he was what's known as the Open Lord. Now, Braddock, I know you know that. As for the rest of you, the way that Waterdeep is run is that there are 20 individuals who go by the Masked Lords. They are taken from amongst the noble families of Waterdeep, and they decide everything. They decide the rule of law. They are the ones who declare war or declare peace with somebody else. And it's all done completely anonymity, in the hope that there will be less quid pro quo or tits for tats on their regard. For 19 of them at the very least, there is one individual called the Open Lord, the only one whose identity is formally known. They are also the most powerful single political individual in all of Waterdeep, because if you want the Masked Lords to discuss anything at all, you need to go to the Open Lord. Simply because it's the only person anyone knows who has the ear of all the Masked Lords. 3 years ago, that was my father. Until one day, while he was off overseeing the reconstruction of some dams to our eastern border just outside of Waterdeep, the Masked Lords just made a declaration that he had been expelled, and that Jalistar Silvermane, Larell Silverhand was now the new Open Lord. They wouldn't clarify why. They just said that he was expunged. Naturally, a lot of people start to gossip, especially because there was no official declaration. The only way to expel an Open Lord is with the unanimous agreement of the other 19 Masked Lords. So it's a very rare thing to happen indeed. One of the more sexy options is that my father, since we come from a banking family, that he must have been cutting off the top on people's taxes or other sort of financial things to deal with Waterdeep. And, of course, if he's been taking off the top, he has to be putting the money he's been taking somewhere. Rather than assuming, I don't know, that he was siphoning it out of the city, or that he was simply adding it to his personal accounts, again, the more romantic option is that he had it somewhere here in Waterdeep. And since he hasn't been seen since he was expelled, that means there is some massive pile of money somewhere in Waterdeep, as the logic would go. Now, you understand, this is kind of ridiculous from my point of view, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, the Zents and Xanathar's guilds seem to believe that it exists. They've called it the Dragon Horde because, well, gold dragons are the middle currency here in Waterdeep. Not too much, so they wouldn't have gone noticed, but not too small to be of disinterest to someone like my father if he was siphoning money away. Of course, there are some fools who actually think, well, no, it's actually a dragon that's guarding this massive pile of money, because, of course, if we're already going with the idea that he's taken money and then magically can't get to it, why not just suggest he also managed to smuggle a dragon into Waterdeep? But regardless, they believe it exists, they believe there's a means to find it, and they also believe, since I'm his son, that I would know how. Unfortunately for all of these treasure hunters and fools, they aren't aware that myself and my father had a bit of a falling out a number of years ago, long before he was expelled as the Open Lord. I haven't seen nor spoken to the man in years far longer than even the public of Waterdeep have. So, if it does exist, I don't know where it would be.
Right.
So,
I get that. Relationships with dads are hard.
Indeed they can be. People don't seem to respect that not everyone can have a picture-perfect family life, especially when you have politically influential political influence constantly on your shoulders.
yeah.
Thank you for the transparency.
Of course. Now, again, you owe it, and even if I have reservations and think the Zents and Xanathars are just idiots who are getting themselves killed over a fairy tale, you at least deserve to know why it's happened, so. But I assure you, I won't be off in their territories anytime soon, at least not with 4 or 5 guards. Keep me well watched over, I assure you. But for now, again, I shall report what I find from the guilds and potentially some individuals willing to spare some coin to help with all of this once I have the ability to.
Thank you, hun. We do appreciate it. Even if we met under
We really
unfortunate circumstances, you have been a big help.
Yeah.
He gives like a deep bow and then walks out. Okay, now you can split up and investigate the further
Scooby-Doo shenanigans. Scooby-Doo shenanigans.
Scooby-Doo shenanigans.
Who wants to be Shaggy?
Gosh.
I don't know.
Do we want to take a floor each? Because there's 4 floors, including the basement.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm good with
All
that.
right.
Who wants which
Who
floor?
wants who wants
I'm
to
happy
go?
to let people decide first and then go with wherever.
I will take the 3rd.
I will take the basement.
So it's between us. Which one do you want to do? The main floor or the second floor, right?
I feel like there's more likely to be more to investigate upstairs. I'll go second floor.
All right. We'll stay on the bottom floor.
Alright. We'll start from the bottom going up. So, Lysandra, you go down and immediately your nose is just hit with the pungent, vinegary smell of overly fermented wines and ales and beers and such. Half of the canisters were broken into and were just left to spoil. Others are completely empty. The general, since it's underground and so there's a bit better of a foundation, the walls itself and the wood of the barrels themselves aren't very musty or moldy, but it still is just not a very fragrant floor.
Okay. I will go ahead and use another divine sense just to see if the thing we are feeling is down here.
You did so, and no, you cannot sense it this far down.
Okay, then I will just go ahead and investigate around and see what I can find other than, rotten barrels.
Okay. You're going to spend a good bit of time doing that, but unfortunately it's just more dust. A couple of, skittering insects kind of come from dark corners, but nothing of real interest is down here. So we'll head on off to Ina. Ina, where are you going?
That's a good question. Can she go to the pantry / the kitchen?
Yep. Anywhere in particular you want to look, or just throughout the kitchen?
Just throughout.
Yeah, you go through rats and mice kind of were skittering about when you open up into the kitchen, and they kind of scurry harmlessly away. But all the food has been spoiled for a long time. Most of it's half-eaten, again, by insects and rats. The only things that are really keeping are some dried spices that are kept hanging on the ceiling area. But other than that, everything else has been gnawed or spoiled.
Great. Someone really needs to start a compost pile here. That's her thing. That's what she says. She's really tired right now.
Alrighty. Next floor up, Rhi. Anything, any place in particular you're looking through?
I think it's best to start in the den and work my way down.
Okay, so you go into the spare room over here. It's a bedroom. Anything you want to look through, or anything?
I mostly want to have a look for signs of this ghost.
Give me an investigation roll.
Okay. Ten
10.
plus 4, so 14.
14. Now, in the spare room, you can't really find much of anything. Most of the walls have been untouched. Nothing. Though it is interesting for you to note that you don't see any of these things that Volo claimed must be what other people are hearing. So, no whistling sort of tree branches scratching on the windows or anything. So, third floor, Graddock. What are you gonna be paying most attention to or trying to get through?
I'm gonna check out the library and study.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
Investigate the bookshelves, I guess.
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
The 20. Oof.
Yeah, most of the books are kind of half rotted, faded text. Nothing that you can even discern. It's hard to even tell what they were supposed to be. The titles have all been kind of squared away, and it looks like a combination of novels / biographies / encyclopedia tomes, mismatched completely. Some of them seem even so old they might actually be actively out of date. All right, back to Lursa down there, down in the basement. Do you want to keep looking in the basement itself, Lysandra, rather?
No, I think once I've kind of looked around and I know there's nothing down here, I'll go ahead and head back up to the first floor.
Okay, do you want to investigate anywhere in particular in the first floor, or do you want to just kind of let Ina continue her?
No, I will definitely help look around here, but with them being in the pantry, I will try going towards whatever that little corner is.
The open corner here?
Yeah, the open corner. Yeah.
Okay, give me a quick investigation roll.
Okay. Hey. Sorry.
Nice.
See. Yeah, not too bad. And with my investigation, yeah. So just that 12.
Just that. Okay, as you're walking over here, a small loose bit of of board that had been one on the windows and fell actually passes on the ground right onto your foot, so you slip and fall over and like kind of scrape your knee. The piece of board came from over here.
Okay, can I head towards that?
Yeah, you rush over. It's basically just a couple of chairs on a table. But other than that, there's nothing out of the ordinary about it. You can't see any markings or any sort of other weird things.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Okay, Ina, do you want to keep looking in the pantry area, or?
No, she probably thinks it's a lost cause. Can she go out and look around the tap room?
Sure.
And kind of like help Lysandra? Sorry if I pronounced names wrong. With like looking around.
Yeah, give an investigation roll, and you can actually have advantage since you're actively helping. Oh, wow.
Yay!
Yay. Okay, well, so you saw Lysandra like trip and fall, and like you were kind of like offended by that. So you kind of like try and like watch her helping, only to notice that a little bit of dust kind of gets unsettled by this area over here, and deciding to be a little, you know, reckless, and because you're also a little bit tired, you rush over and like try and swing at it, like punch at it. You end up breaking a chair by accident, which causes the table to kind of flip up and try and hit you. Give me a dexterity roll.
Oh my god!
Monster House.
It's a ghost! It's a 9, oh no.
A 9, okay.
Oh no.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
no,
goodness.
the table kind of like hits you, kind of like a rake in one of those old cartoons.
Yeah.
That, like,
Oh.
it doesn't do any
So
damage.
gonna hit her in the face.
Yeah, it doesn't do any damage, but you did just get hit by the table itself. Let's see. Yeah, Graddock and Ree, you guys can hear the commotion going on downstairs.
So...
Well, that's not good.
Have I got anything that could help here before I decide whether I'm going downstairs or not?
Guys, I'm starting to think that this place might be a little haunted.
I said to trust my magic goat eyes.
Yeah.
Trust the magic guys.
Always trust the magic goat eyes.
Magic colorblind goat eyes.
Magic colorblind goat eyes.
What's happening to me?
You've made your mistakes.
I didn't trust the
I'll live
magic
with
good
it.
eyes. I made my mistakes.
So wait, yeah, so actually, since second floor, Ree, what do you want to do?
I'll go downstairs. Because I'm not quite sure how ghosts work in D&D.
Okay, you go downstairs just in time to see Ina squared up and a table like half on the like just fall onto the ground. But Ina kind of like she's looking dazed and confused, but her fists are up.
Are we fighting furniture now?
Guess so. I'm starting to think that this place might actually have a ghost.
Ina, always trust the magic goat eyes.
You know what? I don't.
You had 2 people tell you this place is haunted.
Yeah, but I mean, people say that things are haunted all the time. People look at me and say I'm haunted. But
You are,
I don't
behind the
know.
eyes.
I don't think I'm haunted.
By the mini murders.
They were mercy killings. You all saw it. We all agreed they were mercy killings.
You chant to throw people in the pit all the time. I'm not entirely sure that that's a mercy.
You join me in my chanting to throw people in the pit.
I do, but at least I know what I am.
An argument while the ghost is just sitting there.
Makes it even better.
Maybe if we entertain the ghost enough, it won't keep throwing things at you.
Yeah, we just need to build it a pit.
Does anyone know how ghosts work in D&D? Like, are we supposed to be looking for what, like, an item? Or, like... Because I don't know.
I know how ghosts work, but I'm not gonna tell you.
I figured.
have
I
no
figured.
idea.
Well, okay,
No.
okay.
I-
If anyone would like to do a religion check, you can.
Oh. Sure.
Yeah, I'll leave it to the person who's. Well, what is your religion?
Are you asking for real?
No, I mean in like what's your modifier?
+3.
I'll do a religion check as well because I still haven't done my thing.
I have a +2,
Right.
so
I have a +4.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. Yeah. No. So.
Damn.
Damn. Okay, Gradic. Unfortunately, you were
That's a
up too
10.
high. So by the time you get down to like be able to investigate, you're there too late. But
Why is
okay,
she
Rhi,
on
you got a nat 20. Yeah.
24.
You see that?
Holy cow.
24. Well, no, but a nat 20.
Nice.
would
But
be-
nat 20, yeah.
So, yeah, but Rhi, so you recognize that since Ina is apparently fighting furniture, and you see the loose floorboard, and like Lucinda, hang on, Lysindra, like rubbing her knee, and you see the loose floorboard that you kind of like put together was pushed there. There's been no like physical voices or anything like that, and it's neither fiendish nor celestial, and the magic that's keeping it here is pure like bringing someone back from the dead. You're pretty sure this is a poltergeist. So poltergeists cannot physically harm or really affect living beings in any way. It can only affect this is to say poltergeists don't haunt people or don't like live on. They just have an emotional investment in the place that they are haunting. So whoever this poltergeist is, for one reason or another, cared so much for this Trollskull Manor that it cannot move on to any sort of afterlife it may have believed in or went to. It is here. You actually notice that one of the chairs was broken, so you assume it only attacked Ina because it thought she broke the chair. Or rather, she did break the chair, and so it was getting revenge on her.
And she also broke the table with her face.
Yeah.
Okay. So, straight up, Ina's gonna... Not Ina, fucking Rhi's immediately gonna say, everybody stop. It's a poltergeist. It's not haunting a person, it's haunting the building. There's not really much that we can do. It's kind of just here to stay. Don't break any furniture. Don't, like, touch anything until we figure out what it wants.
Alright.
Ina stops punching the air and goes, "Oh, one of my sisters is a poltergeist."
Okay.
So,
That's it. That's all she says. There's no context.
so, what do we want to do then? What do we think's best course of action? Because there's for a poltergeist, from what I know from academic research into this sort of thing, it's not attached to a person, it's not attached to an object, it's literally attached to this building. And it's not happy to have people in here.
I mean, truthfully, if we could find a way to help it move on, that's the best thing to do. Or at least help it understand that we want to fix the building.
Question. Well, not really a question, more a statement. Ghost bartender.
It obviously can pick stuff up.
Think of all the publicity.
Are we wanting this to be continuing this to be a bar, though? Or are we wanting to just use this as our base?
That's up to you guys. Ina's all in building a pit, from what I understand.
Yeah, we don't have to have a bar to do a pit, though. We could have this just be our base and have a pit.
Do you think the poltergeist would like a base? Or not a base, but a pit? I can't think. Do you think the poltergeist?
It depends on whether the poltergeist wants us to fix anything. Like he wants the place not a bit fixed up to what it was before, or whether he wants us to leave it as it is.
Yeah.
Because I don't really want things thrown at us every time we enter the building.
Preferably not.
I mean, as long as we don't break anything, it should be fine.
Well, I don't. Well, it attacked. Well, did you do anything before it attacked you, Lysandra?
No. I basically, it sort of just made me trip. I was just walking around.
So I don't think it wants anyone here full stop.
What if we made it a haunted attraction?
I'm not sure people here would particularly care for it, especially with there only being one thing in here.
But between this and the pit...
Yeah, come to our pit and see us throw people into the pit with our troll that we kidnapped, and also stay in, I'm losing my accent, oops, and also stay in our rooms that may or may not be haunted with a real poltergeist. Look, I've seen how people can market poltergeists at the circus. I think it'll be fine. I think it's a great idea.
Ree's mostly just doing this to see what Ina will do, because she's finding it very entertaining. Ina's reactions to things are, like, fascinating to Ree. She's, like, inspecting Ina under a microscope like a bug.
I would love to study you.
Your brain. It fascinates me.
Wait, whose brain?
Ina.
Ian's brain. The confused brain, yeah.
Do we want to try talking to the poltergeist? Because we're kind of having a conversation and leaving it out, and it's still like a sentient thing.
Yes, because I do think we should try to help it move on.
Yeah, I do actually agree with that.
Yeah, we used to use a board with letters on it to contact my sister when she became a poltergeist.
I am not touching that board.
We can give it a
I
pen and
don't-
paper if able to.
I don't think making a Weggy board is the greatest idea, because I don't think any of us are an artificer to begin with.
No.
And
The
that's
one time I saw it done, it kind of literally blew up in that person's face. So I will pass.
So, has anyone got paper? I think paper's probably our best bet. I've got, like, map-making tools, so I assume I've got, like, pencils and shit.
I think I've got
I have
some.
playing cards.
Let me check.
Well, I guess navigational tools probably includes paper, right?
Let me
I
double
think-
check. D&D navigational tools. I mean, it technically has a pencil in it. Set of instruments for navigating at sea to chart a ship's course.
Yeah, that's probably, like, paper and pencils and shit.
If need be, I've got a tinderbox. We can just light a match and use the.
Yeah, no, it says that DM's out of discretion on what's inside. I'd say that, like, some charting paper, like, it wouldn't be, like, parchment paper, but it would be, like, a kind of squared bit of navigator's scrolls that would be blank. And some pencils that you could probably use.
I'm happy to use that stuff if everyone's happy for me to just use that stuff. I don't see another point in time where I'm going to use it.
Fine by me.
Should be fine.
Yeah, so... Who wants to try talking to the ghost? So we can explain what we're doing.
Ina?
Yeah, I'll do it. Sure, why not? I've already made contact with it. It'll probably be fine. I reckon it'll be fine, right?
Yeah, Ree, you just, like, kind of wipe down one of the counters and place the piece of paper and a pencil on top of it. Ina, it's up to you. Ina, you gonna say anything? Ina?
Okay, I got this. She clears her throat and she's like, "Hey, buddy, I'm so sorry. I broke that chair and that table. I just happened to trip over my own feet. You know, I can be so clumsy sometimes. And I'm running off with very little sleep, but it's okay. All right. I wanted to ask you, is it okay that we're here? Are you okay with us being here?"
Please give me a persuasion roll there, Ina.
Oh no! Please! It's 14.
14. All right. You just see the pencil float into the air, and the nub goes on the paper, and you just see the ghost write this.
No.
Guys, I don't think that they're happy that we're here.
Well,
This is fine. I can make friends with anything.
Just think about this, Ina.
don't intimidate
This
it.
could be your future pet.
Oh my.
Look, I think it's a person. I don't think that they like being called pets.
You've tried to kidnap a fully grown man, Kenku.
Not for a pet. Just to liberate them from their gang. Wait a second. Did you think that I was trying to take them as pets?
We have a baseline of
Like, yes.
2 people that you've tried to kidnap so far, and both times.
I thought that they were gonna kill Click Click. She makes the noise. She makes the clicking noise. I thought that they were gonna kill him. I had to save him somehow. It's fine. It's fine.
Just remember, don't intimidate the ghost.
Do not intimidate the ghost. Do not intimidate the ghost.
I know how to deal with ghosts. Again.
This ghost is an entire building. This could fuck us up.
Well, one of my sisters is. I don't actually know what she is. We're still trying to figure that out. Mrs. Mixed Ghost. Can you tell us your name, please? Perhaps.
On the piece of paper, you see this.
Liff.
Myth.
I'm writing that down.
Don't trust Ina to get that name correct.
Yes,
she's gonna forget it.
Your name is, of course, you said it was, elevator? Get it? Cause lift. Of course. I'm sorry. Imagine. No, she writes it down like leaf, L-E-A-F. Like L-E-A-F.
Oh no.
Oh, Leaf, that's a beautiful name.
Literally, the minute you say leaf, the pencil hits you on the forehead, right on the crown of your forehead, and then rolls on the table and doesn't float back up again.
Ow.
Well, I think that went well.
No, I think that went really well.
As well as we can hope for.
So, information we learned. Their name is Leaf. It's spelled a little weirdly, but you know what? That's alright. And they also really don't want us to be here, y'all. I'm starting to think that, we kinda got, pranked. Was it pranked? I'm pretty sure the Volo pranked us.
Well, I'm not entirely sure that Volo actually knew the ghost was here.
Well, when he was here, there was no ghost.
Well, I think, based on his description, there was the ghost. He's just a dumbass.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
if I was stuck in a house with Volo, I wouldn't want him to know that I was there in the first place.
Well, no, I think the ghost was trying to get him the fuck out, because I was upstairs, and there's none of the things that he was describing. Like, he was talking about branches on the windows, and, creaky shit. There's none of that upstairs when I was looking. I think the ghost was trying to get rid of him, and he just didn't fucking notice.
The obliviousness of a fool.
Maybe we should ask it if it wants us to build a pit to throw both of them into.
I don't think it's got any
Maybe-
more talking in it right now, is the thing.
That's fair.
We can try one more question. one more question, just to see. Maybe we can ask... well, we know its name. I would like to know if it's got any connection to anything going on, but that's a stretch, really, isn't it? Because when did they say this place shut down?
They didn't specify
we-
when. They didn't specify when this place shut down. Just that Volo bought it a few weeks ago, and it was like this.
Alright then, my conspiracy theory goes out the window. So, do we want to try asking one more time, or are we happy with the ghost? That the ghost is done with us?
If there's something else we can ask it.
True. But we should just limit to one. That way, Lith doesn't get upset any further.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. Does someone else want to ask it?
Who's got good persuasion?
Let me check.
I have a +3.
Same.
I'll do it then. What do we want to ask?
What were we trying to ask it? Well, I don't know if we want to ask it about building a pit.
I mean, surely there's a different question other than building a pit, right?
Yeah, no, I was wondering, do we want to ask it how it died? Do we want to ask it what we can do to, like, get it to stop trying to attack us?
Second one, probably, if we want to have, like, this place to ourselves. Not to ourselves, but, like, not so things are being thrown at us every day.
Basically, we're wanting to know what we can do to make it happy.
Yeah, I'm happy to ask that. Okay. Rhi gets close to the piece of paper, and she's going to do a persuasion. We'll go persuasion, not performance. It wouldn't matter either way, but... And she's going to be like, "Oh, Leaf, ghost that haunts this tavern, we apologise for our behaviour entering your space and your home. We just want to know what we can possibly do to make it so that we can coexist here together happily."
Give me a persuasion roll, and you have advantage because you apologized.
Alright. +6.
Nice.
24. Nice.
Nice.
As you kind of like sit there for a second, and then the pencil floats up again and writes down the following. Whoa! What the? Did not mean for
That's a
that to
thick
happen.
line.
Hey,
That was not.
It starts writing in cuneiform.
What the? Okay, you know what? This has been ruined.
Hands.
Okay, he writes fix bar, basically.
Ah.
I went to fight Fix Bra then.
What do you guys think? Is that reasonable?
I think that's pretty reasonable, to be fair. And we would have to do it anyway if we actually wanted to stay here.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Well, yeah, that was the plan to begin with. We were going to fix this place up.
Alright, Leaf. You have a deal. Thank you for your generosity.
The pencil kind of just flops back down on the counter, and then you don't see anything or feel anything.
The other thing we got to do is make sure not to damage this place.
Yeah, that is a thing. We gotta make sure that if we do get rid of anything, we, like, put it to the ghost first.
Yeah.
Okay, well, with at least civility between you guys and the ghost now figured out, you are free to basically wander, meander, do whatever you're feeling. You can explore the general area of Troll Skull Alley if you feel like, or you can go to someplace else in Waterdeep for kind of downtime or roleplay, figuring stuff out. So we'll just kind of like head down the line. Graddick, is there anything in particular you want to do?
I guess go and visit the orphanage. It's been a while.
All right, fair enough. You kind of like bid the rest of your group farewell and head on over back to the dock wards where the orphanage is. You're greeted by two of the other monks, two of the other monks, two of the other people who are running the orphanage, and you get bombarded with like, where were you? It's been days. What's going on, Graddick?
I had a job to find someone. Let's just say, he... Oh.
Marshall died.
Hello?
I can't believe Marshall's freaking dead.
Wait, hey, I'm still here, guys. What are you talking about?
You dropped out for like a millisecond. You dropped out for like an entire millisecond.
That's weird.
Sometimes
Okay.
I
You're
can still
fine.
hear his voice.
Back.
But where was I? But it has something to do with the Open Lord's son.
They all just kind of like go. A dwarf who wears similar outfits to yours just kind of goes. You mean they not spawn, crutch spawn?
Yeah. I'll talk more about it later, but right now, I'm just here to check on things with the orphanage.
You get kind of a rundown by the two other assistants who are helping you. Everything's been running completely fine. One of the tiefling boys was supposedly trying to bring another tiefling boy into the orphanage, swearing that he didn't have parents, but they just kind of found him by himself outside. He swears up and down that he convinced another child to come back to the orphanage, but they couldn't find anything. But other than that, there's no big news that's been happening throughout the day.
Alright.
A few hours after you return back to the orphanage, however, there is a bit of a knock on the door.
Yes?
Out of the door is a human male with short brown hair and very chiseled features, and a scar on his left cheek. Walks in and just goes, "Hello?"
Hello. Welcome. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man, a Goliath actually, by the name of Graddick.
That is I, this person you're looking for. What can I do for you? Oh,
He
sorry.
extends his, no worries. He extends his hand and goes, "Jalster Silvermane."
Pleasure to meet you, Jalster.
I'm here on official city business. Is there any place private we can go and talk?
Certainly. This way. We can go to my office.
Going into his office, he closed the door behind him and just kind of takes a seat right across from your desk and just goes, "So, Mr. Graddick, I hear very interesting news from a man by the name of Flume. You wouldn't happen to be an associate of this man, would you?"
Associate's putting it too kindly. But I have done some business with him, yes.
Well, putting it kindly, I suppose he's very kind, because he spoke very highly of you in an open meeting he had with the Open Lord herself.
Oh.
It was so impressive, and however lauded it was spoken, that Lord Silverhand asked me to personally come down here and offer you welcome into the Lord's Alliance.
For what reason?
The Lord's Alliance are simply always looking for individuals who have the safety of the city in mind. You have done a great deal of service for what I hear was basically a pittance compared to what your life is worth. So, at least according to this Mr. Floon, he thought you would make a fine agent. I can guarantee that as a member of the Lord Alliance, you'd not necessarily be a noble yourself, though certainly would be able to assist with, he kind of looks around the office, the upkeep of this particular establishment, as it seems to be your main form of residency.
Yes. Most interesting offer. I'll need some time to consider this, but for now, would you like to join me for a walk around the place?
I'm quite sorry, Mr. Graddock, but I am a very busy man. I was simply sent here to extend the invitation. If you do decide you would be so interested, you are free to head over into the ward's local, the ward's local associate, the captain of the guard, and have him know that Jalister Silvermane wanted to give you something, and I will be able to give you your official badge, should you have any interest. It is all up to you whether or not you wish to be a member. I understand it can seem like a daunting responsibility. Certainly, simply up to you.
Well, I appreciate it. I'll let any of the guards I encounter know when the time comes that I'll look for a hold on. Look for you specifically.
He gives you a little bit of like a nod, then gets up and helps himself out of the orphanage.
Have a good day, and thank you.
You
for...
too.
Yeah.
All right, Rhi, you're up next. Is there any place in particular? We'll go back to the bar for right now. Is there any place in particular you would like to go investigate further? Would you like to go to the rest of Troll Skull Alley? Would you like to go any place further deep into Waterdeep? What are you feeling?
So, I feel like Rhi would most have a look at her map and sort of see what points of interest there would be for her specifically.
Let me get out my actual physical map. Okay. Let's see here. See, the Dock Ward, South Ward, Trade Ward, City of the Dead, North Ward, Sea Ward, Field Ward. Nothing particular for you. Maybe the City of the Dead, because it has a lot of mausoleums, but you wouldn't be able to archaeology, because that would be considered grave robbing. But,
No, if there's nothing in particular that like immediately jumps out as like for Rhi specifically, she'll probably stay in the tavern and just like help with the efforts to like fix things up in any way she can.
As you are kind of throwing away some loose bits of board, you kind of like are trying to take a second. When you feel into your pocket and you notice that there's a small piece of paper that wasn't there when you originally were like checking things earlier. Inside is a small piece of paper that has a blue wax seal on it. It has the image of a harp on it. When you open it up, out falls a ticket to an opera later tonight. For you specifically. It says, "Come alone to box OM."
Yeah. Yeah, Rhea would
decide to
be
go
interested in
through
that. She's like a cultured individual. She like finds the arts and stuff very interesting. It's why she likes archaeology, because it's kind of like art but old.
Fair enough. In that case, at the appointed time, you would go up to the north wards, where you'd hand over the ticket to the specific opera house you were meant to go to. A very well-dressed usher, a half-elf usher, would take you up the steps to where the seating area is, open up the box for you, and inside you would find Reeve with another gentleman who is remarkably portly, shoulder-length, curling, kind of rivets-looking hair, with a very small mustache and a very big double chin. But when Reeve sees you, he kind of like step up and like grab your hand and shake you. It's like, oh, Reeve, yeah, I'm very glad to see you.
Oh, glad to see you too. And how have you been?
Well, better now that Floon's all safe and all that horrible mess was undone with, or behind us, rather.
Yes, it's been a awfully stressful last couple of days.
Indeed, but some things are going well. I'm certainly glad you caught my message. I was a little worried that, now it was a bit anonymous, so I was worried that you might not be interested or might be a bit suspicious because, well, you're new to Waterdeep, and it certainly hasn't been remarkably kind to you in the little time you've been here.
Well, what can I say? I love the arts, and, well, even if it did end up being a trap, I would have been able to get myself out, I think. And then enjoy the opera anyway.
Well, that ingenuity of yours is certainly why I and my associate here showed a little bit of interest in hopefully having you join up.
Oh? Pray tell what? Would I be joining?
He's kind of gonna gesture you to take a seat. It's right behind the large gentleman. He's going to sit next to the large gentleman, but still face you as the overture is ongoing, keeping his voice just a bit of a hush so no one else would hear but you. All right, look. I know I haven't exactly been all that honest with the rest of your group, but I hope you can understand that anonymity and discretion are very important. This stuff that's been going on with the Xanathar and the Zents, it is bad. I'm not saying it isn't. But it's a symptom of the true problem with Waterdeep. And that is, this place is fundamentally unfair. If you, for whatever reason, right now, took a punch at my face, do you know what would happen?
I would likely be sent to jail.
Oh yes, not just sent to jail. You could see going into jail and not be released for 5 years. You could be flogged for a 10-day, every single day, 39 lashes. Or you could be expelled from the city entirely. Or be made an indentured servant even after all of that. The 5 years in addition to paying a fine that could be in the thousands of dragons. You'd be working it off essentially the rest of your life. Meanwhile, if I did the exact same for you, just as unjustified, just as pointlessly, I'd get what? A $200 fine? A tenth of my weekly allowance as a noble? I'd maybe get a single flogging, or maybe a 10-day in the prison sentence, if that, assuming I don't know the magistrate. That's just the worst punishment they can give. If I personally know the person passing judgment, which as a lord I am very likely to be, especially in regards to someone like you or any other member of the quote-unquote under or working class, I'd get off scot-free. The real reason that I had a falling out with my father was over this. I was sick and tired of seeing everyone around me getting away with things that would ruin a cleric member's or a member of the regular people's lives and just flaunt it. So I joined an organization called the Harpers. We are a not legally recognized group who work for the sake of justice by enacting things that fall through the cracks. You understand what I'm getting at here?
I get what you're putting down, yes. This isn't news to me, this sort of thing. As I'm a satyr, for fuck's sake. I'm not exactly well liked in most places, and I've had to work hard to become an archeologist in the first place.
Had a feeling you'd understand, especially in this regard. So That's why I wanted to extend the invitation to you.
What do you want from me specifically?
Well, nothing overtly. It's just every now and then, if aid were needed by our organization, we might come to you. Now, if you do end up spending a long time in Trollskull Alley, it might be in areas down there in the South Wards. I'm not saying necessarily it would. I'm not saying it necessarily won't. But every now and then, we might come to you asking for help. But I assure you, if you ever find yourself in trouble with the law, we can usually work a little bit of magic to get a bit of leniency on your ways. Or, if you might be in need of something, information about the rest of the town, something that, you know, magisters or nobles want to keep people quiet, we have agents inside these various parts of society that we'd be able to get for you.
Sorry, just writing stuff down.
Yep, no worries.
Hmm?
And not to make it seem a bit more, but Mert here, he kind of like slaps him on the shoulder, is actually himself not just any noble. He's one of the masked lords. That I am, bless. He kind of like finally acknowledges you for the first time.
Pleasure to meet your acquaintance, sir.
He kind of like shakes, like he kind of reaches over his own shoulder to shake your hand, but after that just goes back to watching the show.
Can I do like a subtle check of him to see what sort of vibe I get from him?
Give an investigation roll.
I just want to know whether I actually... Because I mostly trust. +4 to 8.
That's what... You're surprised by how calloused his fingers are, despite the fact that he seems like... on the outside, he looks like your kind of stereotypical fat monarch, you know, very big, round belly, very, again, robust looking, and he's just kind of not paying attention, or seemingly not paying attention to this conversation out until his name was spoken. But then you feel his hand when he shakes yours, and it's remarkably calloused. It's even big and muscular from the sound of it. So there's a part of you that feels like he's a bit more active than he first gives off. You don't know if he's actually disinterested or if he's just he's gotten so good at his poker face that he's engaged in this conversation while pretending not to. It's actually like tricking you a little bit.
Okay. So... honestly, hon, I don't see a reason why I wouldn't agree. At this point, I know no one in this town other than the people you met me with, and I only met them a few days ago. To be honest, I like you. Even when you're dishonest, you're openly dishonest with me, and I appreciate that in a person. I don't like people like Volo, who pretend to be one thing when they're actually not.
I do appreciate that. I was, I suppose, a little bit of an idealist in my youth. I truly did believe that as a member of the nobility, we're supposed to be the faces of the city and all that. And it was a very crushing number of adolescent years when I saw more and more that it was all just a farce, a figurehead. Everyone says it, but so many people don't live up to it, and they're just soured. And my own father being taken out of his open lord position just soured it all the more when suddenly everyone's treating me as a pariah for his sort of actions. But I do thank you. I try to live out these ideals even if they aren't always feasible.
No, we're on the same page there, definitely. I'd be happy to help out at least. So, what kind of help will I be expected to do for other people? You kind of said that I'd be expected to do help, just like all over, for the more common folk, or even people nearby where I'm staying, but what exactly is it that you do?
Well, like I said, what we do is we focus on through the official cracks. I guess if you wanted to put a name to it, it'd be vigilantism. So maybe if, for example, a member of the guilds was secretly using sawdust in his bread, which is very much against the law, but many people will do to make the dough last longer. If we know about it, but we can't approach the guild outright because he has too many friends who are getting some kickback from him, we would have you sneak in and find proof of his ill-gotten gains. Or perhaps a magister, someone who can't be touched very easily or is the direct boss of members of the City Watch. If perhaps they were taking bribes to be uncommonly vicious to certain members or certain groups. Like maybe if someone wanted to kick out a certain temple here within Waterdeep, so they were uncommonly vicious towards followers of a particular deity. We'd have you go in to their office, sneak into their into one of their court proceedings and find proof of that. Or the opposite. If someone was sent to prison for unjust charges and one of our agents had to get him out, we might request or ask you to hide the individual so that the City Watch, who is taking after the gopher, our gopher would be able to get away scot-free. We'd have you hide the individual for a few days until another person could come through and get them out of the city. So it's a lot of work that would require fast feet, faster hands, and much discretion.
Well, it's certainly the sort of thing that I'm used to doing. Well, not exactly, but you get what I mean. I'm used to being light on my feet.
You certainly have the talents. No, of your group, it felt you were the one most suited to this work, not just morally, but also in your abilities.
Well then, I'd be happy to help you out then, hun. I'd be happy to join up, even if it's just for while I'm in town.
Well, even if it's just for while you're in town, Harpers can be found all across the Sword Coast, so anytime you find yourself in a major city, you'll find yourself among friends, so long as you know where to go. And then he kind of like reaches into his pocket and hands to you a small little pin that likewise has a harp that has 3 strings on it. He just goes, just drum this anytime you would need assistance, and one of our field agents will find you.
Thank you, hun. I do appreciate you coming to me for this.
He goes, well, of course, I appreciate you coming out and being here. Mert's just gonna go, well, with that all business taken care of, let's enjoy the show. I love this satire.
Yeah, Rhee's just gonna sit back and enjoy the opera for the night.
All right. In that case, Ina, you're up next. Is there any place you in particular want to go?
Yeah.
Or anything you in particular want to do?
Yeah, Ina has a plan. Ina wants to go to old Zoblob shop. Really badly.
Okay, you head over to the next. You head over to the next ward, to the west, to the dock ward, finding yourself in the same place you were headed to a few nights back, and sure enough, with a little strong pull and a familiar whiff of that purple tobacco, you walk into Old Zoblob shop. It is still empty. And Old Zoblob is just kind of sitting in his on his stool up near the counter. He's like, well, look at this who we have here.
Yeah, howdy, old Zarglob. She pronounces his name wrong, but lovingly, it's not on purpose, it's just lovingly. I have a really specific thing I need to ask for, and I know that you're a purveyor of trinkets. I was wondering, do you have anything to maybe, ward off mind flayers by any chance? By any chance at all?
Ward of mind flayers now.
Like, stop nightmares of them from, maybe invading your mind a little bit. Just a little bit.
In need of keeping mind flayers out of one's mind. Yes, I do know a few tricks and means of having such things happen.
Yeah, I just need a little something. I honestly don't know if it was just an effective scene one, or like maybe it was the real one. I just need something to get rid of it. make sure that, it doesn't come back.
Oh, indeed, I do. He's gonna go into his the back of the shop. You kind of hear him kind of fiddling about with different items, and he comes back in with a bowl that has a very viscous green liquid all right on it, and he pushes it towards you. A full bowl of this will go very far to protecting your mind.
Do I eat it?
Yes, indeed you do. It shall cost you 10 gold dragons for such a service.
Dang. Okay. Do you have a return policy by any chance, just in case it doesn't work?
How do you distrust my abilities?
No, I don't distrust you at all. That's the thing.
Then there should be no need for a return policy.
This isn't gonna kill me, right?
Vince, no, such a thing is preposterous.
Sargob, I trust you. I just need to make sure that it's not gonna, knock me out.
Oh, but it's not going to kill you.
I'm worried. I've
If you
almost died several times.
If you are so worried, then you can by any means have a nice day.
Sargob, you strike a hard bargain. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, she's desperate. She'll do it. She's desperate. She's desperate
Okay.
enough at this point.
You give him 10 gold dragons, and he kind of like takes them, puts them in his robes. He kind of like goes over to a little box and starts putting them away, and like just kind of allows you to drink the concoction.
Yay.
The ichor.
Right down the
Yeah, okay. You take a mouthful of it, and you're surprised to find it's like not pure liquidy. It's like one of those viscous liquids where almost gelatin-like.
Draconian fluid.
Yeah. As you drink some of it, it some of it splashes over your mouth, but then goes into your mouth because it was still attached, and you panic a little bit, but you do manage to gulp the whole thing down. It was uncomfortably sweet, but there was a bitter aftertaste, almost like a NyQuil kind of thing going on. Just
Yeah. Ina survived off cotton candy for her entire life, so she's fine with sweet things.
Shots.
Yeah, jello shots going over here. Yeah, as you are trying to catch your breath because of how just painful it was, you feel a little bit of a curtain coming down on your eyes. You feel a little woozy, and then you fall onto the ground. Falling onto the ground is the last thing you feel consciously, until you find yourself now in an open field. There's a purple sky up above you with large twinkling lights like stars.
Oh no, I'm not at the circus anymore.
Yeah, you look around. You look around at the horizon. It just goes on forever. There's small rocks kind of floating, almost like islands, all around you.
No.
She fucking died. She's gone to Valhalla.
She's dead. She's dead. She's gone.
As you stand up and try and get a feel for your bearings, right behind you, you hear, "Hello, my dear."
No, I'm not doing this again. No, I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again. She's traumatized by the nightmare that she had. I'm not doing this again.
What are you doing? What are you gonna do in reaction?
No, she's just repeating, "I'm not doing this again," over and over and over again.
As you're saying this, no, around you, you just from your periphery, from your left side, a being with 4 long chest-length tentacles and 2 very big beady eyes floats into view, its arms behind its back.
Oh.
It's the exact same mind flayer you saw earlier in the sewer.
Oh my god.
No. She's just like, "Oh no, I don't want to be here."
Oh, my dear, sweet child. I wish I could offer you a bit more comforts, but if you do not want to be here, sadly we don't always get what we want.
Gosh darn it. What do you want from me?
Oh, my dear sweet child. I don't want anything that I don't believe you'd be willing to give.
God. She's just like rubbing at her eyes, like, okay, I don't want to give you anything.
Why
Look,
not? You were the one specially chosen by my dear sweet pet.
it is a pet too. I'm sorry that your dog died.
Oh no,
She still
my
thinks it's
dear.
a dog.
My dear, I'm sorry that yours died. You had such a special connection.
Yeah, we had plans. You know, he kind of justified all those murders that I did, which was really nice and really gave peace to my mind. And then Rye killed him. And you know, all of the stuff that I've been doing the last couple of days kind of came crashing down on me.
It was such a bestial act of her to do that, wasn't it?
Nah, she did what she thought was right, and that's okay. I can't fault her for that.
Oh,
Everyone's
right.
just trying their best.
Right, wrong, trying your best. It's all so gauche, I feel.
I don't know what that word means. And she says that. She says, I don't know what that means, but okay.
Oh, don't you worry. He kind of like pets you on the head. Don't you worry. You don't need to know that. You don't need to know much at all. I'm simply here to offer you a proposition.
What do you want?
Tell me, my dear child, what do you know of Xanathar?
I think it's a cult. I'm pretty sure it's a cult.
No, not something so self-defeating. Nobody who goes into Xanathar is doing it out of a sense of higher purpose. Most are very, very content with the material benefits that come through.
I'm not joining your cult.
But now, why would you not want to do that?
Because it's a cult. You're describing a cult, except you forcibly you put people into it, I think.
I have described functionally the opposite of a cult. We are much more of a organized crime syndicate. We don't expect you to worship anything. We only expect you to act in your own self-interest.
Yeah, I don't really have those currently. My own self-interest
Really?
is yeah, I mean, unless you know, like, she like pats her pockets, looking for the picture that she has of her dad.
No, before you do that, he goes,
Go with
I think you might. He's gonna, like, remove his robe and, like, take from, within it, a very familiar Kenku. Do you recognize this little one?
Wait, my mic isn't picking up. It's fine. Oh my.
Wait, hang on. Oh, you cut out there. I didn't hear you. What did you say,
Yeah.
Ginny?
My mic didn't pick it up. She's like, click, click. Is that you? It's not picking up my accent. Oops.
No, you're good. No, the Kenku, like, nods his head, his eyes very, like, wide.
What do you want? Just let him go. He hasn't done anything wrong.
Unfortunately, I can't do that. You see, Xanathar, my compatriot in all of this, has ordered that this one and his brother be killed for their cowardice.
You can't do
Now, well, unfortunately, the brother has already met an unfortunate fate. Now, I can't return with this one, or really let him be seen at any of our hideouts.
What do I have to do for you to let him go?
You see, that's the funny thing. As much as Xanathar's leadership has been beneficial up to this point, in recent time he is becoming a bit more of a liability than I am comfortable dealing with. I fully intend... No! Oh,
He
my...
cuts him off and just goes, oh, I'm really good at that. I mean, if you want me to kill him, that's easy.
Oh. No, he literally, like, snaps his fingers and he says, well, a portal opens up right next to him. Inside, you see a beholder. An unfortunate secret that those even within the Xanathar Guild are not aware of is that Xanathar is actually one of my distant cousins, if you catch my drift. Shows off the beholder, like, just kind of, like, skittering around in a very big room.
No.
So, he kind of, like, snaps his finger again and closes the portal. As you can understand, not only being a beholder, but having an entire crime syndicate at his beck and call makes him remarkably difficult to depose. However, I am precisely the type of individual that has a fighting chance. I have a few members I've been able to convince, though I find I'm in need of bodies that have not been tainted by Xanathar's doings. If you'd be willing to join my faction within the Xanathar Guild, I would be willing to, for one, hand you over this one for safekeeping.
Yeah, okay. Just tell me what I need to do.
He extends his hand in like a handshake, expecting your own.
Oh, yeah, she shakes his hand.
Yeah, now when you do, you feel like a sharp twinge in your wrist, and you see purple lights kind of go throughout your veins for a quick second, and then he lets go. It's like, you will be contacted when and if your services are needed, but until then, he just flings click click at you, and like you grab him in midair.
She just goes like, I got you, it's okay.
Yeah, no, the minute you, like, catch him, like, you feel the area around you go black, and a mist kind of comes up, and then you wake up on the floor of old Zoblob's shop with him standing over. He's like, there we go, a perfect success, if I do say so myself.
That did not help.
You notice in real life you are like laying on the ground, gripping click click in your arms.
Yeah, she's having a panic attack, and she's just like, Sarglum, that's the exact opposite of what I asked, but it's okay. I'm not gonna blame you. You probably didn't know that was gonna happen.
No, I did not, but I must say, it seems to have worked.
Yeah.
I do not trust Zobglob because remember, original Zobglob is a beholder plushie.
Yeah, she's just like, it did something, buddy. And she's just like holding on to click click with all of her might, just making sure like he's real and there.
Yeah, no, he is real. He is there.
That would crush him, but still.
Yeah, that would probably kill him. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
you'd say, and like for the first time, he's not looking absolutely terrified of you. He's just kind of like actually looking more terrified of like what just happened.
He met God and God was bad.
I think we might be in a cult now. She's having like a breakdown.
Yeah, so now you're having that. As you're having that breakdown, Lysandra, let's go now to you. What are you thinking you want to do here for this free time, this free downtime? Do you want to look around the rest of Troll Skull Alley? Do you want to go to the rest of somewhere in the wider Waterdeep? What are you thinking?
Well, she probably would have, Sandra would have started to like kind of straighten up, clean up a little bit, but once everybody else left, probably would have left on her own to just go kind of wander.
And nowhere in particular?
No, just wander because she doesn't know the city.
Alrighty. Let's see, where would you have probably wandered off to? I think maybe you'd go to the Market District because they have a very nice public park there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're taking in a public park that has, inside you see what looks like, according to the signs, is what's known as the Giants of Waterdeep, large stone statues that all depict either notable individuals from the history or heroes, adventurers, etc. from throughout Waterdeep. But as you're kind of like looking about, you are approached by another figure, a dark-skinned human woman, maybe about shoulder height to you, who walks over wearing, you can hear her coming because she's also wearing plate like yours, then walks up and goes, excuse me.
Hello?
Not to intrude, but are you Lady Lysindra?
Yes, that's me.
Oh, well, nice to meet you. She gives you like a little cross-arm salute and bows. Sabra Bahantala. Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, and I'll bow as well.
I have been told by certain individuals of influence that you are someone, well, I can honestly see with my own eyes that you are a celestial.
It's what I'm told.
What you are told? I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I don't know much of my heritage, truthfully. That's what I've been told.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Well, if I'm being quite honest with you, I was actually a little bit worried that I would be asking for a lot more than I could be giving, but perhaps there is now a way we could have a mutually beneficial civic relationship. Though I am getting ahead of myself. I come as a representative of the Order of the Gauntlet. We are an international group who seek to destroy evil in all of its forms. I was asked to come find you because, from what we've heard, you are someone with an innate sense of justice that goes beyond what the code legal calls for.
I definitely do my best, and what I feel my heart leads.
Well, I hope certainly that heart may lead you to joining along with us, because we could certainly use individuals who are not only powerful, but have enough of a desire to go above and beyond.
What kind of... Could you tell me more? I don't know very much of the world, truthfully, to be honest. I grew up in a very small area.
No, I completely understand. Well, we are not necessarily attached to any clerical organizations, though due to the, I suppose, correlation, if not causation, of many of our members feeling a higher power calls them, we very often do have members that a very wide berth involved with the various celestial beings that are at least officially recognized in Waterdeep. And since sometimes, while all of these deities are certainly good, it can be a little bit muddled. Sometimes they are more legally minded, sometimes they understand that moral goodness and human fallacy requires one to go outside of the law. Now, we aren't asking you to inherently break any laws. We certainly want to show respect to our more secularly minded brethren, especially here in Waterdeep, as they allow us to do our business. But, well, as you might have seen, and from what I've heard of your adventures, these Zents, these Xanathars, they are perhaps the worst of what mortals can get up to. Morality, ethics, even common decency being thrown to the wind for the little bit of coin or a little bit of prestige. We don't have anyone that can officially go against them, as again the Zents are recognized by those brethrens of ours. So we were hoping that as a bit of a newcomer to this city, you could work as an agent on our behalf. In exchange, we would go above and beyond to ensure you are protected should any of your actions require you to tiptoe outside of the law. And beyond that, I would certainly be willing to help you personally find what it is about yourself and your celestial nature that might be a bit confusing or unknown in your own regards.
Truthfully, that would be very much appreciated, because my knowledge on that is extremely small.
I can certainly feel how that might be worrying.
I do have a question though. Well, I'm not sure how long I will be traveling with these people. Would that also extend, that protection also extend to the group that I'm currently with?
If you are taking up residence with anyone, we could certainly do what we can for their sake. However, they would need to either invoke your name or be traveling with you. But yes, if they are with you, or if they know to pass your name along to the City Watch or to somebody else who might be causing problems, we could intervene on your behalf.
All right. Well, you've definitely piqued my interest. I'm extremely curious, that's for sure. Goodness, I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting anything like this to happen.
Well, it seems doing a bit of good can certainly get you good friends, and those good friends go out of their way, pass along the kindness in kind, eh?
How did you hear my name?
Well, a certain individual by the name of one of the nobles, by the name of Floon. He went a very far way of going amongst some of our temples and telling us we were very much missing out on a fairly tall individual wearing plate armor similar to our very own, who he was shocked to find was not a member of the order, because she seemed to be walking the walk and talking the talk as if it were second nature.
Oh, okay. I'll definitely have to thank him, I guess. I would love to take you up on that offer. Especially, again, truthfully, the information. I would love to know more.
Of course. I will certainly get some of our scholars to have a look-see into the nature of ASMRs and celestial souls or celestial blooded individuals, and as soon as I can get that back to you. Where exactly are you living currently, just so I know where to find you, so I'm not just wandering all of the market district?
Right now, we're kind of trying to figure out where we're staying at the moment. We were given a place, but it's in desperate need of work. So until it's done, I will probably be at the yawning portal. Is that what it's called?
Oh no, it's called the oh wait, are you talking the place in need of renovations, or the place that you've actually been sleeping at?
That place we've actually been sleeping at.
Yeah, the yawning portal is where you've been at residence currently.
Okay, but I will probably be at the yawning portal until the place we were, another place is ready for us.
Of course. And if you need to find us and we can't find you so immediately, certainly come whenever you feel the need to the trade ward just at the border with the City of the Dead. You'll find the Order of the Silver Gauntlets temple there.
Okay, I definitely will. I appreciate it.
Just show them this upon the temple steps and you will be granted immediate entry. She's going to hand you a small little badge that has a right-handed gauntlet in like a fist on a silver shield.
All right. I'll make sure take it and then go out to shake her hand.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. If that's it, so do you guys want to meet back at Troll Skull Manor, or do you want to go meet back at the Yawning Portal?
Ina's going Troll Skull Manor. She doesn't want to be around people right now. except Click, because he has to come with her.
Rhi would probably also go back to Troll Skull, because she's had a look in like the bedroom and the spare room, and they looked fine to her.
I'll probably go back there, but I'm not sure. Probably wouldn't sleep the night there, not yet.
Okay, Graddock, any input on you?
I think I'm gonna stay at the
Stay at the orphanage for now?
orphanage for the time being.
Okay. In that case, Ina, Rhi, and Lysandra, you guys can meet up in the tap room. How do you want to? Do you want to tell each other about what's going on? How your days have been?
Ina looks awful and is carrying Click Click.
I imagine her like holding him like a teddy bear or something, like just
baby.
yeah.
She's like holding him like a baby, and she's like, guys, look who I got. And she just looks like she's been through hell.
How?
I don't know how to say this. I think I just joined a cult on accident. I don't really know what happened. I don't really know what happened.
Ina, did you talk to the Mind Flayer again? After we went through all that difficulty? Making sure that the...
I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you that.
So yes.
That's a yes.
I don't know if I'm allowed to answer that or not.
Well, we can keep Click Click here for now. Well, because
Yeah.
I've just joined up with an organization who deals with this sort of thing. Well, not the Mind Flayer, but the keeping people safe thing.
You got my hopes up for a second there that they did deal with mind flayers. Thanks for that.
So
I'm sure at one point we will have to.
I am currently in contact with one of the masked lords.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I told you guys where I was going. I probably did. That feels like a me thing to do. I went off to the opera because I got an invitation. And Raynar was apparently the one who got me the ticket. And now I am part of an organization with Raynar, where I'll be just occasionally asked to help out some less fortunate people. Or to, like, find out if people are doing things that they shouldn't be. And sort of doing some...
Joining the cult?
She starts crying.
To try to make you cry?
Ina, don't worry, hun. What does it want from you?
Okay, so I was introduced to what Xanathar is.
Okay.
Oh.
Xanathar is, she doesn't know the term, but she's like, you know the thing in the jar in, Ulzar Glob's shop?
A beholder.
Yeah, that's what Xanathar is. And she's
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck.
That sounds like super important information that we should tell somebody, like, extremely high up in the city.
Ina is pacing around with her head in her hands, just saying, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit.
You having breakdowns.
You saw it?
Yeah. The Mind Flayer, he opened a portal and he told me that he's gathering people to go against Xanathar, and he showed me what Xanathar is, and it's a what'd you call it, Rhi? A beholder.
A beholder, yeah.
A beholder. And also he made me join his cult because he was gonna kill Click Click. And she starts crying, and Click Click reminds me of my sister, and she's having a breakdown. She's fine. I couldn't let him kill him.
I'm not sure how Click Click could possibly remind you of your sister, but I also don't know your sister, so.
Makanku's sister, I probably should have mentioned that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And just assume, at this point I'm just assuming that she's got a sister of every single race.
that is true.
She's like an 80 to 90 person family.
Yeah, that would be surprising.
Yeah.
Ree walks over and just like hugs Ina.
She's like,
As this breakdown is happening, both Rainier and Floon walk in. Rainier is just going to like clapping his hand again. So, guess what Oh, hello. Wow, this is a bad time.
So,
This is a bad time.
Rainer, this is bad news for you as well.
For me.
Yes. I think it's like particularly bad news.
Well, I was just coming to give you some good and then bad news, and then maybe some good news. Do we want to go, you do bad news, I do good news, then I do bad news, and then I do good news again?
I think we should go last.
Yeah, that probably would be the smart idea, because we don't know how you're going to react to this bad news. And we don't...
He kind of like looks over to Floon. Floon just looks over him and shrugs and goes, so the good news is I finalized all of that paperwork. We fast-tracked it, so Volo can't go back on his promise. You now all legally own this property. Your
nice.
head tax has also been paid out for the year. Floon took care of that. So that was the good news. Bad news is having the guilds look over this place. It'll cost roughly about 1,500 gold to do everything, to get it fixed up, get the licensing through so that you can do operations. So, bit more than I think you have, but good news again, I've found potentially 3 different avenues for you to get some of that. Maybe not the full amount up front, but avenues that you could at least make some money and maybe get this done in less than a 10-day.
Okay, yours is definitely much better.
Yeah.
Okay, there. So good news, bad news, good news. What exactly is this bad news you now say is affecting me?
We found out what Xanathar is alive. We know what he is, and it's not good news.
Okay, well, I am glad to know Xanathar is confirmed to be alive, because there are a lot of adventurers who like to claim that he's dead, or they've come in, but then a month or so later, he seems to be up and running all over again, so... we knew he was alive, but what? Okay, what?
You might want to sit down for this. I'm gonna lead him over to, like, one of the chairs and just sit him down.
Yeah, you lead him over, one of the chair that you, like, have him sit down and immediately is moved from behind him, so he falls onto the ground.
Leave! I will fucking come back! I will go to the afterlife and I will kick your fucking ass. This is not the time.
Yeah, Reeve just kind of stands. I was like, I think it might be better if I just stand and not touch anything. What is this bad news exactly?
Xanathar is a beholder.
Oh. He just kind of like leans up against the table, kind of like holds his head, his like mouth in his hand. He like looks like he's about to speak, then stops and like thinks.
The Mind Flayer wants to kill him.
The Mind Flayer that was overlooking Floon's torture?
Yep.
Well, I suppose we can always think that pettiness is not solely a mortal thing, that even these abyssal creatures can be petty and self-serving in horrible ways. He goes back to like holding his head in his hand and like clearly thinking.
That's better than I expected.
Well,
I think the crisis will probably come later.
well, it's just setting in. I mean, I personally have certainly never seen something to this magnitude, but if even half of what Mertz told me is true, then I mean, things like liches, things such as, you know, hellish fiends, beings from the middle of Avernus, that he's dealt with more than his fair share of those. Well, knowing that a beholder is within Waterdeep is not the best of news. If there is any sort of silver lining, he's been operating within Waterdeep for over a century, so whatever it is, that he's doing. He clearly seems to enjoy how things are being run now, and feels no need to cause any bigger problems than he already is causing. Of course, now that also makes me a bit more concerned that he seems to be upping the aggression factor in some of his dealings.
I was mostly just telling you unconcerned because, well, he tried to kidnap you, failed, and caught Floon instead.
That's... well, I mean, we can look at that as a further silver lining. He doesn't want to do anything poor to the city itself, he just simply wants me for some reason. An easy fix. I just, for the time being, maybe stay in the better guarded northern wards. As I said, perhaps rather than keeping 5 or 6 guards from my household around when I'm about in the southern wards, I just keep them about irregardless and stay in my home and perhaps deal with my dealings in my home for the foreseeable future until we can figure out further what exactly it is Zenithar is doing. I don't think that this is necessarily as big of a problem. It's sort of like knowing that somewhere out in the Sword Coast somewhere, a magical ball of energy is in constant need of being fed. Yes, bad things will happen if it doesn't, but for right now, people are feeding it, so we can cross that bridge when it becomes a bigger problem.
Ina's eyes kind of go wide and she kind of goes like, has an oh crap moment, realizing that the mind flayer was kind of the one torturing him, and just goes, yeah, you probably reason for no weird reason at all. You probably want to stay very far away from here.
Oh,
No
well,
weird
that's unfortunate, but
No weird reason.
She's,
I
we learned this information through her. I obviously me and you know each other at this point, and I feel like you should know these things.
Nothing's wrong.
Many things are wrong. She's underplaying how many things are wrong.
Don't worry, Ina, you don't seem like a scoundrel, so I'm not holding it against you, however it is you came amongst this information, but...
You don't want to be here, trust me.
Oh, God, if you think a little bit of danger is going to stop me from living my life or making good relations with good people, you are sadly mistaken. He's gonna, take his sword out from his belt buckle. I assure you, those Zents only, they got the drop on me while I was distracted. But I assure you, when I know what to keep my eyes out for, I can be quite the devil with a sword.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help you, but okay. And
Well,
she kinda,
look,
she
we'll...
turns to Reed, she's like, the mind flayer can't, she whispers so he can hear, hey, I know I joined the cult, but it can't make me kill anyone, right? I really need to know this. This is very important for me. I don't know why you would know, but is that a thing? It can't make me kill anyone, right?
It can ask you to, and there can be consequences for you not doing what it asked.
Oh no. Oh, she kind of just goes back to rocking back and forth and saying, nothing's wrong, everything's fine.
Why don't we just say for the foreseeable future?
For a compromise, I will perhaps keep my distance unless I'm under very heavy guard. Can we try something like that, perhaps? I'll keep my distance as need be until something comes up.
She's still rocking back and forth, but she gives a little thumbs up, hey, that's probably for the best for now.
He gives a little eyebrow salute, and he says, "Very well, I shall leave Floon to be the one to tell you the avenues that we came across to help you all finance this establishment. Good evening." And then he's just gonna kind of walk away. He's kind of speed walking. You can see him going.
I'm really happy he didn't see. I'm really happy he didn't see when we did those kenkus back there in episode 2. He would be running. He doesn't say that,
So
but just
now it's you guys in Floon.
Hi, Floon. Sorry to just throw you in the middle of that.
Well, it's honestly a little bit exciting if you think about it, because I constantly am hearing stories of great adventurers that make up some of our nobility, but now we get to live a little bit of it, and I mean, hey, I get a little bit monotonous in my life, you know? You gotta look on the bright side of life, because then all the bad things will just drag you down, yeah? You know, you get it?
Yeah, definitely.
Life is pain.
I certainly tried my hardest. I hope some of my contacts did well amongst a couple of you at the very least, if nothing else.
They definitely did. Are you doing better now, though? I know it hasn't been too long since we last saw you, but...
I'm not due to get my bandages off till at least tomorrow, so I'm hoping, I'm hoping that the scarring, whatever it is, won't be too egregious, but hey, I mean, if it is, all the better for Reeve's sake. I mean, I was the one getting all the ladies' attention, so maybe now it'll be a fair fight between us.
It is true. The Kenku did have a choice because all the Kenku that kidnapped you were told, choose the pretty boy, and they chose you, so that's a compliment.
Precisely, yes. You see, the magnetism. I've got charm and looks. A bit too much going around, so take away looks, still got my charms. And maybe Reeve, perhaps someone will finally give him a secondary glance. But, right, no, he wanted me to pass along some of the ways he was able to find that you might be able to get some money. Because, money can't buy happiness, but it could certainly help make life a bit easier, eh?
That's true.
Well, the first one he was telling me about is the Candlekeep Library. It's mostly made up of scholars, but they tend to find different artifacts or different items of great interest and great magical jiggery-pokery. They are very often in need of people doing the legwork to actually investigate certain things, or if a particular magical problem is hitting them, they need others to deal with it. Again, they are scholars, they tend to write down. Now, they are operated off of a small stipend from among their legacy members, so they can't pay the most in raw coin. But they could reward you with an artifact or two that maybe if you didn't have particular interest, you could fence to some of the arcane shops around here in Troll Skull Alley, and maybe they'd be willing to give you a pretty penny in return, yeah? Mm-hmm. Next is the Guild of the Golden Keys. Now, I don't know the semantics of it, but you know how privateers are government-sanctioned and licensed pirates? The Golden Key Guild are basically government-sanctioned thieves. I'm sure they'll give the specifics of it, but they tend to steal from nobles on behalf of other nobles or rich guild members. Now, because it is requiring you to commit a crime, they can't take official credit for anything. So if you're caught in the act, they will pretend that you are just an amateur, that they won't come in and save in any regard, but they understand that the skill floor for what they require for their jobs are a little bit higher than some might be expecting. So they pay a good bit more than what someone like the Candlekeep Library would, and they are a bit more unscrupulous, so if you felt the need to take a few things here and there while on the job, they're not going to complain. And, well, the final is good old Durnan back at the Yawning Portal. He's known to take on adventurers and give them jobs. Various individuals will ask him to pass along news of interesting places to go and dungeons to delve. There are some people who've making a fortune that lasts them their entire life from a single go at one of his adventures. The only downside is, while the Candlekeep Library and the Golden Keys will keep you within Waterdeep, the worst sort of things going bad is more than likely you'll end up in prison or suffering some sort of legal problems. These dungeon delves, however, are the only thing that have a very real chance of getting you, well, tilt because it falls outside. But if you want to stretch your legs and you want a very good sort of mix of artifacts, unique, interesting magical items you can find from long forgotten areas, and a very pretty penny at the end of it, then a good dungeon delve from Durden might be more of your speed.
Okay. I definitely think we'll have to think it over and talk among ourselves to decide.
Certainly, talk amongst yourselves as a group. This isn't any immediacy. There's no plan here. I just wanted to give you a bit of a run through so you know what your options will be. But if that's really all you need from me, I can certainly go upon my way and speak to you all later on. See you around.
Yeah, we'll definitely be seeing you around. Thank you so much for the information.
Thank you, Floon. Remember to keep your feet up.
Definitely.
Yes, I definitely know. I'll certainly see you all later, and I certainly hope you get some good sleep after the nights you've been having. And he walks
I
off.
never want to sleep again.
And it's actually getting a little bit late now, so I think we'll end it there. And next session, you guys can either continue to do a bit of roleplay, but also maybe decide what you want to be doing for your next leg of the journey.
Yay!
Alright.
Nice.
Yay!
That was
I'm
fun.
going to... Yeah. Very fun session indeed. Very low stakes, low stress, I say, as Ina is having an absolute panic attack.
You just joined a cult! I know it's not a cult, but still.
Hey, at least you got click.
Yeah, at least you
Yeah.
you've been wanting to get click back this whole
We've been
time.
wanting
Now you
cult
do.
for so long.
But
Click,
you
click,
forgot
but
one
at what
other.
cost?
Yeah.
Yeah, what
Your
cost?
friend.
What cost?
Poor, gone but not forgotten, Plunk.
I thought his name was Grown.
Yeah, Groan. Sorry, Groan. Yeah, I forgot his name, but yeah. Poor child. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, chat. I hope to see you all next week for the next leg of our intrepid journey.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you, chat.
All right.
Guys, next week.
It was fun.
See you
Ta-ra.
guys.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.